Take the time to find and build community where you're at. One, it doesn't make it feel so lonely when it comes to the journey that you're on. If you're able to find the people that you vibe with and they are on either the same trajectory, or you find yourself either being a mentor or looking up to someone that you aspire to be. And then two, you never know what kind of opportunities come out of connecting and meeting new people in the place that you live at. So I've been taking the time recently to one, volunteer, and two, just kind of go out into different community events and just kind of just be seen and socialize, honestly, because I've been mostly traveling and working for clients for the first half of the year. So I really haven't had the time to really kind of socialize with other people within the creative space or just in the Vegas community in general. I volunteered for a food drive where I filmed former NBA players um, packing cars for people in need, giving them groceries, and, they were um, packaging the food and packing it into the cars. And it was a lot of them. And Curtis Blair, he notified me of, this food drive that he was doing. And I said, hey, yeah, I'll come out and volunteer my services to, for you all to be able to help promote the type of work that you're doing. So he was connected with one of the founders of I Am Derek, and he was connected with him. So I did this video for that foundation, and it was honestly, it's always good to be able to, volunteer your time, because you never really want to take for granted one, the lack of resources that other people have, and then two, just kind of really just kind of giving back to the community and showing, at least being able to provide, at least with what I do, being able to provide good media coverage or something, that's good for them to be able to either, give to, try to get sponsors, or, being able to provide sort of like highly polished um, update to what their organization brings to the community. So they're able to either post it on their website or blast it out into, email newsletters or social media, or however they want to distribute the video. But it's something that is polished and a professional service that's given to them, um, free of charge. So I like to be able to do that, occasionally whenever I can, and donating my video services to be able to provide something of quality and use to nonprofit organizations. Another organization that I volunteer with and I continually volunteer with is Ace Next Gen, and they are an Asian-based entrepreneurial organization where they help, you know, um, people of Asian descent to be able to either grow as entrepreneurs, or just really to connect with other entrepreneurs within that space. So this workshop that I filmed was for niching down, and it was a mastermind work class of generating revenue. So yeah, it talked about like niching down and the product, the offer that you have for your business, kind of honing that in and being able to pitch that offer. So that's what that workshop was about, and I filmed that. Again, I work with them on a continual basis, and they're always grateful for me whenever I'm able to be able to provide my services. So yeah, I try to volunteer as much as I can, and sometimes I'm not really looking for it, but sometimes a good opportunity comes out of it, and sometimes that will lead to a future paid opportunity. But whenever I can, it does feel good to be able to volunteer and give back to the community. Another thing that happened recently, that's in the community building space, vein of community building. Lens of Jared, he is within my space, and he's a working videographer, slash video producer, and cinematographer, DP, all those things. He was actually in Vegas, and he was filming for an esports tournament, and he held a impromptu film club meetup within the Luxor. Yeah, it was the Luxor Hotel, and they have an esports arena in there. So it was just kind of held right outside of that, next to a bar. I think it was called the Flight Bar, and it was a we had, it was mostly esports people that showed up, but it was like five other filmmakers or videographers that are local to Vegas that came out, and it was a great time. We talked a lot about our space and some of the things that may or may not be beneficial to us as videographers, but it was great conversations nonetheless, and I was able to connect with more people within my space within Vegas, and it was nice to meet new faces, and we actually had mutual people that we knew, and that's always fun to, like, oh hey, that person, yeah, I know that person. So it's always good to be able to uh, meet people that have mutual friends. So that was really nice, and also uh, hung out with Kendrick, which he's local here to Vegas now, but I hung out with him after that, at another event at another date, and he was filming for an artist, a performer there, and it was like it was almost like I don't know if you see the YouTube videos where they have the DJ sets and people are behind them, and it's a little bit more staged and more controlled of a controlled environment. It's not in a club or anything. So this was held at Click Studios, and this is like a photography studio, which is held in like a residential neighborhood, gated community. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Actually, the studio was dope. Like, it was like a almost like a warehouse, but it was in a home. It's kind of hard to describe. Obviously, I'll be showing B-roll of it, but it was a really cool event, and it was I made a couple good connections there, and followed some cool people there, some cool Vegas entertainers and talent and creatives. So that was a really dope event. Shout out to Kendrick, and we might be doing some future work together. You never know, but yeah, that was really cool of what came out of that film makers meetup, impromptu meetup. So shout out to Lens of Jared. Appreciate that. Uh, Also, I have another Creative Mornings Las Vegas chapter event happening that's coming up on August 14th. So, this organization is all about bringing all different types of creatives into one space and creating a community for them, and being able to share ideas and network and be able to, potentially work with each other, and um, bounce, bounce different, ideas off each other, and how to grow, and how to, propel themselves into the careers that they want to be into. So the next speaker that we have is Dave Berlin. He's a personal friend of mine, and he's going to be speaking about strength, hope, and resiliency. Pretty much, the theme is I should know the theme, and it's an Arabic word, but the theme, I'll put the theme here.
نخلة.
The theme is an Arabic word which kind of translates into strength, hope, and resiliency. So Dave Berlin will be speaking on those themes, and hopefully it will be another great event, and we'll probably potentially double the attendance because this is going to be at Mothership in downtown Ferguson. So that's going to be a great spot because that venue is dope. It's like a stage right next to it. It's a really cool spot. So if you're in Vegas and you're happen to be here on August 14th, come through. It's going to be at 9 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. Another event that I'm going to be going to is a friend, photographer friend. Her name's Bingle, and she's launching a podcast. So she has like a podcast launch party that's coming up yeah, it's Wednesday, the 29th. So I'll be going to that, showing out and supporting creative friends. Another event that I'm going to, I actually don't have much work on my calendar. So if I don't have much work, I like to fill in my dates when it comes to, going to different community events. So this is it's nice that I don't have any work. It's not nice, but it's nice to be able to take a breather from doing work and being able to go out into these community events. But I'm going out to this mixer, VYP, Vegas Young Professionals. This is I think it's a it's a national chapter, I believe, but obviously there's a Vegas chapter, but they have a mixer. I got invited by a guy named Sterling, which I was introduced by a reoccurring friend, David Rich Bell. He made an introduction to me at this at the Etho Wellness Club event. They had like a breaking ground kind of event where they're opening a location at the Uncommons area space, which is near the Durango Hotel Casino, if you're familiar with Vegas. But you can Google these words that I'm saying to figure out where these locations are. But yeah, I met him, Sterling, at that event, and he invited me out to come to this mixer. So I'm me going to that, and that's the 30th, this Wednesday. And I also supported another friend. Her name is Amy L, and she was hosting a financial club meeting maybe 2 Sundays ago now. It's called Catalyst Mornings, and it was really essentially just connecting people with the understanding of trying to improve their finances or get into certain things, or whether it's investing or trading or whatever it is. But personally, I'm on the journey of trying to start investing into stocks and mutual funds and all that, and starting an IRA and building my wealth for the future me. So since I have little to no debt, and I'm in the position to be able to save away money now. That was kind of one of the reasons why I attended. But too, it's also just kind of support too. But yeah, I went out to her event slash meetup. That was dope, and also we just kind of also like just randomly agreed on to hosting a local concert. So I'll keep you updated on that. But that's gonna be on September 11th. Weird date, but okay. Never forget. But yeah, this is an event that we just kind of randomly, we both like music, and we just both like just randomly say, hey, we should, you know let's host a concert. So we're in the stages of planning that. So we'll have some local musicians performing. So if you want to perform, if you're watching this video and you're a local Vegas musician, hit me up, Jamal at creative-gene.com. I celebrated my birthday this past Saturday, July 25th, and it was a blast. I played basketball in the morning. Really, the night before, I actually danced. I don't have any footage of that, but Gene Ferris, Chicago DJ, house DJ, he performed or had a set at the Bauhaus, and I danced all night and up until 3 a.m. and then played basketball at 7:30 a.m. So that was a rough morning, but I drank some espresso and then hooped, balled out, and took a long nap after that. So yeah, did that, and then at night I did some karaoke at Dustland. Tell your boyfriend not to be mad at me. Lick you from your head to your toes. You don't wanna move from the bed down to the floor. You don't wanna. You look so good, I don't wanna leave, but I gotta. And sometimes I wonder, do I deserve to live? Or am I gonna burn in hell for the things I did? No time to dwell on that, cause my brain reacts. Front if you want, kid, lay on your back. So also have a fellow karaoke friend. His name is Hassan, and we did a duet. We did Mobb Deep, Shook Ones Part 2, and that was a blast. I also performed Nas, New York State of Mind, and I did Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy? And I also did Say It Ain't So by Weezer. So I threw a little indie rock in just to mix things up. But it was a blast. Shout out to Nick and Bree for coming out as well and celebrating my birthday with me. And yeah, this was definitely a dope birthday. I'm sober, so I don't drink, so I didn't have any shots or anything, any birthday shots. So I did have a birthday Twinkie though. Shout out to Logan. He's one of the owners of Dustland. So that I really appreciate that, man. It was a lot of love last night, and yeah, it was dope running into friends that just happened to be there as well. Matt and another Matt and Jeremy and Sammy Joe. So yeah, it was dope seeing everybody for my birthday, and it was a good time. I had a good time. So definitely one for the books, and I will actually remember it this year. So yeah, that was a good time. So yeah, celebrate my birthday, 33, Pippin year, and thank you, my mom. Thank you to my mom and my dad, obviously, for taking part of birthing me and bringing me into this world. So thank you to my parents. Love you, mom, and I love you, dad. Also, two accomplishments. One, I am graduating with Chase for this coaching for impact certificate that I'm getting. So this was like a thing that I didn't even know that I was in, sort of, but not really. So I have a sort of like almost like a mentor where she actually got me into getting my certificate for my minority business entrepreneur certificate. So this was through Kim Zunga, and she was able to provide me with the guidance and being able to apply for the certificate and the steps that I needed to take towards getting that. And she was very helpful for doing that. And apparently I'm getting a certificate through Chase where she provided this coaching service for me. So I'm going to try to get that documented and photographs and all that, so I can be able to share that and add that to the list of accomplishments and credentials and accreditations and all those things. So that's going to be really cool. And that's going to be happening later in August, in the middle of August. And then also, I randomly was an extra in a short film called Ashamed, and that is actually premiering at the Shameless Film Fest. That is going to be on August 29th. I don't have all the details, but for like the timing, but what time it starts, but it's going to be at the Art House, and yeah, it's going to be on a Saturday, August 29th. And yeah, that's gonna be dope. Hopefully, I see my face. I was pretty prominent in a party scene. So I'm in the background and I'm an extra. So I can add that to my IMDb, uh, amongst other camera operator opportunities that I should be listed on for IMDb as well. But that's pretty cool. I got some on screen talent uh, added to my resume. So that's cool. Maybe I can do more of that in the future. Maybe I can potentially get a speaking role next time around. But yeah, I think being on camera is helping me be a lot more confident when it comes to sharing my story and just being able to connect with other people. So yeah, I highly recommend you get out into your community because you never know what opportunities are going to come your way and who you're going to meet. So stay creative.